I'm gonna just say this. I would rather it on me than in me. Did you ever overhear your mom having sex? Absolutely.
How many people have you done the deed with in one day?
Hey everybody, welcome back to that awkward moment when you say welcome back when this is the first video. Okay, anyways, carrying on. Hey everybody, welcome to Moody Booty Podcast. I am your host, Alasia Nashay. I'm here today to welcome you guys to the first episode of Moody Booty. I want to say the first episode because this is the first episode most of you guys have seen, but fun fact, if you haven't known, Moody Booty has actually been up and running for a little over a year now. It was never a channel on YouTube that I broadcasted. I never shared it with like friends or family. I didn't share it on my YouTube videos or anything like that. And I feel like it was just because I was so new to like the podcast world. And I also I was just still getting my feet wet. I was getting my feet wet and I don't really want to broadcast it because at the time of uploading on Moody Booty, I was talking about pretty intimate stuff, and I kind of felt like it would have been easier for people who I don't know to be watching these videos versus family and friends. So that's why I never shared it with anybody, right? Another thing is I was never really consistent around this time while uploading Moody Booty podcast episodes. So those videos, the few videos that were up on Moody Booty are actually taken down. They aren't deleted, but they aren't visible right now. So there's that, and I feel like I'm just in like this rebranding phase because I have been wanting to start a podcast for a very long time, and it was always a very big idea that I had that I kept in my near pocket, but I also didn't really know how to execute it. And every single time I thought about starting a podcast, I would just get overwhelmed with so many ideas, and I would literally just feel fried to where I didn't want to acknowledge it, right? But it was always something that I knew that I wanted to do. So here we are, and I really want to say that I'm still very much new to this whole environment. Podcasting, I feel like, is a whole new world. Me coming from YouTube and posting YouTube videos, whether that be pranks, get ready with me's, cook with me's, or just simple vlogs in general, I feel like it's a completely different world than podcasting, just because podcasting is honestly supposed to be, from what it seems, it's supposed to be like a one-stop shot, one take. And with YouTube videos, it's different. You can cut it out and you can make it look seamless and effortless and things like that. So with podcasting, I feel like I'm just entering something completely new. So I say that to say, as I'm getting used to my flow and have my agenda all set and locked in, just bear with me because I'm sure stuff will change from this episode to next week's episode to next month's episode, like as I get my flow of things. So just be patient there. But yes, on Moody Booty, I am very, very excited to be consistent with this rebrand. I have a lot of things in store, a lot of cool ideas, but mostly I really just want this to be an environment and place to chat and to be intimate and talk and laugh and have good conversation, not only with you guys, but with future guests that I have here on the podcast. Yes, I do want to have guests from time to time. I do want it for the most part to be like a solo thing, but I really am looking forward to future guests. And if you want to know a little secret, I'm actually supposed to be having a guest within the next couple of episodes, so definitely want to subscribe and come back and return to watch that episode. Wait, okay. So I forget if I spoke about this, but you guys, I am so excited that I have this little mini microphone. It's a Bluetooth microphone that is already hooked up to you guys, and you guys should be hearing me pretty well right now. But I'm really, really excited. This is my first time shopping with this brand. I did test it out and it sounds really good. I'm just wondering how long this little guy stays charged, and I'm also wondering how long the little guy will last in general. Like, I don't know if there'll be any malfunctions or anything like that. So we will, again, just see how things go. So I want to kind of talk about, for a second, my past Moody Booty podcast episodes and what's changed since then, why they were taken down, things like that. So when I first started Moody Booty, sorry if you hear my chair, when I first started Moody Booty, I knew I had the same agenda that I do now. I wanted to talk about a variety of things. I didn't want the topic or the discussions to be one thing. But I feel like the way I started uploading on Moody Booty a year ago, it just kind of plunged into mental health, which isn't a problem. It's just, I feel like I kind of set the tone in that way that it was a strictly like mental health podcast, and that wasn't the case. And I didn't really like that that was the first couple of videos that I posted. And after a while and time passing, it was just very, on my end, I felt that it was very intimate and personal. And not to say that I won't still touch on those topics, I just really didn't like that that was the very initial podcasting episodes that were posted, if that makes sense. So those got taken down, and I feel like I just can't, I feel like re-listening to those videos, because they were the initial content that was posted, I truly felt like it almost made you think, oh, this is how Alasia is. And it wasn't, and I almost felt like that, because it was just like, it was very, like I said, personal and intimate. And then I wanted to come out with another video and I'm all hype and rah rah rah, but then the last videos were, I don't know, I just wanted it to all blend together. And I feel like this video is going really, really well, just because I feel like I'm actually being myself, which I was myself then. It was just, you get it, it was mental health, so you're getting a whole different tone of Alasia. And anyway, so I just want to make that crystal clear that I want to be able to talk and touch on multiple different things, you know, whether there be mini challenges or advice lines or just like guests on the show. You know, I may still be talking about mental health, or I may be talking about sex, or I may be talking about my boss. Like, I just want to set the tone now that it's going to be a wide variety here. And I'm really, really excited to just get my feet wet and grow into this platform as I go along. So there's that. Another thing that I'm excited about for starting podcasts is, I feel like with YouTube videos specifically, you kind of have to fit your content. I mean, let me reel back. On my specific YouTube channel, right, I would fit content within an 8 to 30 minute video. And I feel like it was, I'm not going to sit there and say it was hard. I feel like it was challenging. Just because you kind of had to fit so much footage into a very short amount of time, versus podcasting, I feel like it really puts you in a really free space where it's like, bitch, I could be talking for hours and hours. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, at least for me, I enjoy podcasts who are at least, I would say at least an hour long. Like the 45-minute mark, like that's cool. But I like, give me my hour, give me my full hour, maybe hour and a half. And so I'm really, really excited to be able to supply that sort of content here. And yeah, I don't want to keep saying I'm excited. Another thing, not to jump around, I feel like when I'm filling in the gaps, I'll say things like I'm excited or and so I also feel like with growing my feet, what am I trying to say? Putting myself on this sort of platform, I'm excited because I feel like it will really exercise that intention muscle. You know what I mean? I want to speak with intent. I want to know what I'm saying, where I'm going with the conversation. So I feel like with podcasting, one take type world, it's going to make it easier for me to actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? Okay? But anyways, so yeah, that's why I'm here today. One question that I was asking myself earlier while I was working was, what made you call your podcast Moody Booty? And again, this was created at least a year ago, right? And so I remember I was trying to I was fumbling words together, and I had this idea and I had that idea for names of my podcast, right? And I feel like podcast is similar to any other account on any platform. Like, imagine yourself trying to change your name on Instagram. Sugar Baby 1. It's already going to be taken. Or Crocodile Mama of 6. Already taken. So it was really, really hard to find a podcast name for my podcast. And I started playing around. I think I played around with both words. I played around with Moody, right? And then I played around with Booty, and it just kind of circled around. And I was like, oh, Moody Booty. And then so I went online And I tried to search up to see if there was any podcast called Moody Booty, and I haven't found anything. Definitely want to hurry up and trademark it. But yeah, so that's why I came up with that, and I feel like it really, really just fit. I wanted something that was going to be fun, something that felt like it was me, and just something that I felt like I actually came up with. So I chose Moody Booty, and I really, really like that name. I feel like it has a definite zing to it. And it was funny when I came across that name, and I decided that's what I wanted to go with. I was like, okay, well now I have to create a label or more so like what is it? A label? Like a brand? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, my logo. No, you'll see it. It's probably going to be my thumbnail or something like that. And, anyways, the picture in my thumbnail or just my merch that you'll be seeing, yeah, bitch, merch, hello, but, that picture was actually a picture that I took for funsies, I think for a Halloween outfit or something, and she had her cheeks out, and so I went ahead and I used that one, and it was just overall very, very fun creating something that was my own. Okay, so moving on to what I just said, another question that I was wondering is, why are you doing a solo podcast? I am definitely interested in doing group podcasting eventually, but I did want something again that was my own. Sorry if I'm shaking the desk, by the way, but I wanted just something that was my own, something that I had complete control over, and somewhere where I could literally build from the bottom up, other than it already being on a huge ass platform like YouTube. But yeah, so that's why I went ahead and did that. Right now, it's literally just me and one potential guest that I should be having come on my show. Other than that, nobody else really knows about this podcast. I will say my good friend Joyce. It was so funny, a couple months ago, actually, she fucking spooked me, because bitch, why are you fucking lurking right now? No, I'm just kidding. She wasn't lurking at all, but I felt caught because, like I said, in the beginning of this video, I was saying that I didn't broadcast Moody Booty at all, right? And so I remember Joyce coming up to me and she was just like, hey, so you have a second channel? And I felt caught. And so I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh yeah, like I found like your second channel, Moody Booty. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I was just like, oh yeah, like yeah, it's there, but it was just funny. It was funny, and so I say all that to say she too knows, but I think she saw that there was no activity on it, so I don't know if she's watched it. She never mentioned anything, but yeah, so. I forgot why I even shared any of this with you, but it doesn't matter because that's what a podcast is about. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Can and will and could and does. But yeah, so I really need to stop shaking this desk. My feet are on it and it's a whole thing. It is what it is, babe. But okay, so yeah, I kind of wanted to stick on point to just like the podcast and what it entails and what I would like to see from it, what you could expect from it. I know you guys probably overheard me saying merch. I just want to make this podcast as podcasty and as me as possible. So I do have some upcoming touches that I really genuinely want to add to this podcast. Sorry. I wanted to show you. This is probably like the first purchase that I've made to add to the podcast. I definitely see myself upgrading my products. Just bear with me. And let me just say this. Before this, it was just me speaking into the mic, like on the camera. So I'm really, really proud that I have this, and I really, really like so far that it's working pretty well. But I do have some decor pieces that are that should be in my future videos that I'm just really, really proud to have, to just kind of really create and add to the atmosphere. And then just because I don't know if I want to speak on it just yet, but at the same time, rant really quick. I hate in a YouTube world. I hate. No, yeah, I was gonna try to take back the word hate. Obviously, I don't really have hate towards it, but a strong dislike for when you're watching or even listening to podcasts. Hell, let's just say that. But when I'm watching a YouTube video and people want to be so selective with what they have going on. And now I'm ranting in a way that I just kind of forgot why I'm ranting, but what I wanted to say was I wanted to tell you about something, right? And then I reeled back, and then I was just like, hold on, because I hate when YouTubers do it. Basically, I have merch that I want to work on specifically for my guests to come on to the show. When they come on the show, I'm excited for them to be able to leave with a touch of Moody Booty. So that's what I wanted to share. I didn't know if I wanted to wait until that episode presents itself, where I could be like, hey guys, I have such and such. But no, I mean, at the same time, like, you guys are growing with me, like I'm growing with this podcast. So I'm just going to keep it a buck. That's what I have planned. And I have some stuff that's on its way here. I'm just super excited for everything all together. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, like, prior to this video, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to talk about? But it's crazy because when I tell you a bitch will talk to herself out loud all day, and it's like, why not turn the mic on? Why not? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it happen. We're going to find some stuff. In fact, I already have, in the, what is it? I was going to say backstage. In the background, I think that's the word. I already have some stuff planned for future videos, specifically my next video and the video after that. And I keep saying videos because if you are the few that have watched Moody Booty when it was originally posted on this channel, it wasn't in video form. It was literally my logo and my label, brand, whatever, and all you were able to hear is my voice. So I'm happy to be able to put face and facial expressions and all that into the podcast. I know when I watch my podcasters, I really enjoy that they are visual. One specific podcast that broke my heart when they stopped uploading was The Bro Show with Lucas and Jacob. They broke my heart last year when they posted their last video and said that would be their last video, and it's been a year later and they're dead ass serious. So, yeah, I want to be able to create that and put that into the world, and give people that sense of calmness and peace. I know that I love my videos. I love my YouTube. I'm on YouTube more than anything else. I tell people that all the time. I'm on YouTube more than texting, more than being on the phone. Like, that is my place. That's my safe haven. That's genuinely what makes me feel better. Obviously, I know podcasts are on many different platforms, but I'm going to be specifically, at least for right now, uploading on YouTube. Let me check. Okay, we're still on. So if I can give that feeling to other people, the same feeling that people give to me when I'm watching their content, I would love that. So that's another reason why I wanted to start podcasting. And also just kind of like, people are always like, oh, document your dreams, or, you know, document memories. And I feel like this really is a good way to just document not only memories, but specifically perspectives. And I feel like that is just going to be something that I'm interested to watch, to rewatch these videos a year later and be like, wow, like, do I still think like that? Would I still do that? Do I still talk like that? Do I still look like that? So, and yeah, anyways. So yeah, I'm just, overall, it's a good feeling to be able to have a project, especially starting up a project that you may have wanted to do for a while, whether that be podcasting or doing hair, doing lashes, doing music, modeling. So to be able to take a chisel and whack at this is actually like really, really exciting. All day today, I was yearning to get off of work to be able to make this video for you guys, make this video for me. And yeah, so though that is the project that I'm working on right now, specifically is this. The one thing I won't speak on too much because I want you guys to see it when it happens is my future guest. Yeah, so that should be, let's see, by the time the guest video is filmed, that should, I'm going to assume that should be the third video. If not third, at least the fourth. But, yeah. So, oh, okay. So, I thought it would be fun to break the ice with you guys and answer some spicy questions. Now, I feel like not only is this breaking ice, but this is like probably going to be really intense for the first video. But I'm enjoying that because I feel like it's really going to set the tone for what's to come. Like, I feel like with these questions that I'm about to ask myself, which I'll get into in a second, I feel like will make it very crystal clear with how I am as a person. Meaning just more of like my personality, bubbly, goofy, silly, serious, shy, nervous, things like that. So, earlier today, I asked my friends, and I was actually planning on doing this for another video, but I'll go ahead and do it now just because I'm feeling the mood. But here, let's see. So, I asked my friends earlier, I asked my friends and family earlier if they would send me some spicy questions, and they came with it. I tried not to read most of them, but here, let's see here. So I'm gonna try, and I'm nervous because I saw a couple, right, and they were good. Like, shout out to my friend Shunker. They were so good. The couple that I read, but I genuinely tried not to read any of them because I wanted it to be like very genuine when I was reading it on camera for you guys. Okay, so I'm jumping into it right now. I have quite a bit of questions here, and one of them I'll have to go in a different pocket because she actually sent me an audio message. So, and I haven't listened to those yet either, so I'm interested to see what's going on. So, okay, first question is, what are your biggest turn-ons? Do you see why I'm saying this is breaking the ice? Like, this is like okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. My biggest turn-on, my biggest turn-ons, I'm gonna list a few. It's funny that I'm talking about this because yesterday when I was at the gym with my friend, we were talking about smoking weed, right? And so she was like, oh my god, like, did I just say her name? I might have to bleep it out because I didn't even mean to say her name for real. But anyways, sorry. So we're talking and she was like, oh my god, I hate to be in somebody's face who's not smoking and I'm high. It's just weird. And I was just like, really? And I was like, I disagree. Like, for somebody who doesn't smoke, like, I wouldn't mind being around somebody who smokes. Like, I like a high face. So say that to say a one turn on is like just somebody being, I'm not going to say you have to be high for me to be attracted to you, but like just like the lax, like they just be in their zone, like that just be, I don't know, that's attractive for me. Like a little high eye, like I don't know, it's not a necessity by far, it's just that's a random attraction one. So fun fact about me. Another one is somebody who's just gentle and just, you could just tell by their aura, like they're just calm, like, and I don't mean unbothered or this or that, but they're just so just peaceful to be around. Like, I'm talking somebody who could be going through the world's most shittiest shit, but you just are around them and you're like, how are you just so bomb? Like, that's one that I genuinely do like. I'm trying to think of another one, but also trying to keep this fast. Somebody who has an agenda, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who could actually bring it, does what they say they're going to do. Somebody who is going to keep you right here, thought of their head, just like already on it. Yeah. Somebody who could take a load off of you. Like, yeah, that's really how I feel. I'm going to go ahead and add, let's see another one. Okay. My heart just dropped. I haven't read it yet, but I'm reading it from the person, so I already know it's about to be intense. And they sent 4 questions. Okay, so let's get into the first one. If you answered yes to, wait. Sorry, first one. Would you let a guy bust on your lips or forehead? Yeah, see, this is actually uncomfortable now. I didn't really realize, like, how crazy these questions would get. Let me read that again. Would you let a nigga bust on your lips or forehead? Then they said, if you answered yes to this question, would you kiss him after his would you kiss him after his cream is still on your, I'm so sorry, you guys. I had to read that. Let me go ahead and read it up for you. So this person asked, would you let a guy bust on your lips and forehead? If you answered yes to this question, would you let him kiss you after his cream is on your toast or strudel? Okay. First of all, the kissing before or after, however which way that happens, that's an instant yes, because why the fuck not? Like, that don't got nothing to do with me. But as far as the main question, like, yeah. Absolutely. Hello? And I just feel like if that's, first of all, try anything once. Try anything in the bedroom at least one time. With consent, obviously. But try it. What's the problem? That's really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just say this. I would rather it on me than in me. I can't stand a taste of some shit. And that's really how I feel. But anyways, so on to the next one. So they said the next one, question 2, is would you let a guy stick his middle finger all the way in your asshole while you ride him reverse cowgirl? Wow. Yeah. And would. My thing is this though. What do those hands look like? What's that nail length look like? Like, it's just so many things to partake in it. But if you're coming correct, I'm going to come correct. Put it in there. Yeah. And that's really how I feel. So, next one. Question 3. While sucking your guy's ball. Okay, question 3. While sucking your guy's balls, would you stick both of them in your cheeks? If you can fit both, and it's just like, are they being fucking for real? What type of question is this? While sucking on your guy's balls, would you stick both of them in your cheeks if they both fit and cough them back out? And cough them back out. Why am I coughing? That's really how I feel about that one. The next question is, would you put your tongue in your man's ass? Would you put your tongue in your man's ass? Yeah. I'm not kidding. That's that one. Oh, and then also they said what else did they say? They wanted basically saying that don't be a hoe and you better answer all these questions and don't be scary. So I tried my best. That was a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. That was intense. So anyways, the next question from a new person was, would you consider yourself to be a good kisser? This one is one that I did pre-see, and I'm not gonna lie, I really liked this question. I thought that was a good one. It wasn't too nasty, you know what I'm saying? But it was also one of those like, now what you think about you know what I'm saying? So this one, to be honest with you, I feel like I don't know if I would consider myself a good kisser. I don't really know, and I hate to like really put shade on my name like that, but that's really how I feel like. But I also want to give myself grace and say sometimes it really just depends on how both bodies are working. Like, just because you're moving this way and I'm choosing to move this way doesn't mean that we're both bad kissers. It's just the fact that we're both on 2 different times. Now, but I do feel like once you start locking lips, it's very easy, especially if your guys' body is really connected in that way. I feel like it's really easy to sync up. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I will say, and like when I was younger, I didn't really feel like I knew exactly what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like a bad kiss is a bad kiss, but how am I gonna blame that on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I personally haven't had a bad kiss, unless somebody was trying to fucking bite my tongue off or kept hitting their teeth with my teeth type of thing. But like, other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really all you feel. So their next question is, how often do you poop a day? I'm going to keep it a buck. It really just depends on how the body is feeling. Like, sometimes it could be once. Sometimes it could be 5. And that's not even dragging it. Like, it really just depends on how she's moving along down there. And I do feel like water and exercise plays a big part. Next one. Did you ever overhear your mom having sex? Absolutely. She a freak leak. But she don't let her nigga. That's really how I feel about that one. Yeah, I have. Like, what? Weird time. I remember one time I made her feel really, really awkward about it. This was when I was a kid. Me and my sister, we both heard her. This was damn near my first time hearing her, or at least my first time remembering. Or, yeah. So, I remember, we brought it up to her, and, yeah, we wanted to, like, reenacting what she sounded like. So, there's the tea on that one. The next one I was asked was, do you remember the first time you touched yourself? Now, let me think. There's just been so many times. So with this question, I feel like I do, but you know what's so funny is I feel like when you're a growing child, because this is around the time it's young, I feel like you don't really, as funny as it may sound, I feel like for the most part you really don't know like what your body like is doing or like what it's feeling. So for me, I'd remember what I was doing, but I feel like I was just so young to where it was just like, but at the time it's still, so you know. Anyways, next one. Yeah, to answer your question, I do remember. And I'm not gonna it was such a young girl thing, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to get too, graphic on here, but if I remember. Anyways, next one. Let's see. Spit or swallow. Spit. Matter of fact, don't even do that in me. Don't. Barely like it. Actually, it's not even barely. Don't like it at all. Spitting as fuck. Don't do it again. At all. Next question. Giving or receiving? I feel like giving is real nice. Like, I feel like giving turns me on in that way where I feel like I'm receiving. And I know that probably doesn't really make too much sense, but yeah, that's really how I feel. I genuinely like giving. As far as receiving, I like receiving as well, but I feel like I really not only have to trust you with my body and be comfortable, but I have to, you got to show me something. Like, if I'm like stiff because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like you're about to hurt me, cut me, bite me, poke something that shouldn't be poked. It's just certain things. But like, if you're just showing me that like it's comfortable and you got it like that, then yeah, I want it too. So, but I don't know, like overall, I guess it's a half and half, but I can't lie, like I do like giving at the same time. Okay, next couple of questions. What is the best sex you've ever had? I feel like this question is hard because there's not a very specific memory. It would take probably all day for me to really think and like kind of analyze how everything went. But there's just been so many times. There's just been so many good ones. Let me see. Okay, let me talk to you real quick. I feel like quiet sex is the best sex. I mean to say it like this, when you know you have to be quiet on some shit, like maybe this isn't even a place you should be having sex, or maybe there's people home, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So I feel like that just makes it all the more freaky leaky. And I'll just leave it at that. So there's been that's probably been the best time because you guys are both just trying to, you know what I'm saying, go in and dig up in there. But that's really how I feel, like, for real. So my chair is like 2 seconds from breaking. Sorry. Yeah, that's been cool. Shower sex has been good one too many times. Period sex. Let's really talk about it. If we're talking about it, let's really talk about it. Okay. Yeah. So it's just been real cool all the way around. Drunk sex, high sex, like there's just been so many different times, but I'm on that. Yeah. And I really feel that way. Waking up out of bed sex, like, Okay, next question. What's the most times you've had sex in one day? I don't want to drag it and say a high ass number. Maybe like 5. Not too bad. Probably about 5. You know, a bitch is waddling up out of there afterwards because, ow. But ow good. You know what I'm saying? Ow good. But yeah, probably about like 5. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyways. Oh wait, where'd the questions go? Okay, cool. The next question was, what's the dirtiest thought you've ever had? I'm a Sagittarius. It's too many of them. And dirty in what way? You're not about to just give me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of like be real specific. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and resend that one. I'm not gonna overexpose. Let me see here. What's the first thing you do if you woke up one day and you were the opposite sex? I'm trying to really think about it. Probably, okay. Probably, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I know this is like super generic, but probably like really bust one out. Only because like we always talk about it, like, oh my gosh, like I wish guys could feel how it feels to have a girl orgasm. In reverse, bitch. I want to know how it feels to really like, you know what I'm saying? In a guy, like for, not in a guy, for as a guy, I want to know like what's it giving like what really do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as a woman, there's so much going on, and I just want to know what that shit talk like for a guy. So that's probably the first thing that I would do, along with just really being stuck as fuck. Like, probably cry first and freaking the fuck out. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? But it would lead to busting one out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Let's see here. What sexual activities do you consider totally off limits? I don't. Like, if you try something out, I feel like at least try it out, right? Try it out. But I feel like completely off limits, there's really not one thing that I really feel like is completely off limits. Like, I really can't think. But, oh, don't spit in my fucking mouth. And that's really genuinely how I feel. That would never be okay with me. I don't care. Like, we could kiss wet as fuck. Don't spit in my mouth. Don't spit on me. Like, spit. That's out. That's probably the only fucking one. And also, yeah, that's the only one. Let's see here. What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have caught you doing? I don't know. I would almost have to ask my mom. Maybe talking to myself. Me personally, where I felt like I was caught, probably something like that. I would genuinely have to ask my mom to see if she's caught me without me knowing. Because, yeah, I really don't know. But probably talking with myself. I used to have that bad. I mean, I still do it. But at the time, I used to get caught a lot where I would be in the shower and a bitch would be, in the shower deep in conversation, just talking so much to where you would swear there was a second person in that bitch, or I was on the phone. Like, it was that intense, that detailed. And I remember a couple times, when you about to get out, it would be like that, and I'd be like, huh? You know, finishing up my conversation with myself. It would be one of those sorts of things. And I wouldn't even say, yeah, no, I would say embarrassing at the time, but now it's just like, yeah, bitch, I was talking to myself. Like, I was really talking to myself, like, for real. Yeah. Let me see. What's the weirdest thing you've done when you were alone? Probably, depending on what I'm saying, but talking to myself, dancing, arguing, all these things are done by being by myself. Let me read the question again one more time. What's the weirdest thing you've done? Weirdest thing. Smell my panties? Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Last question from this person. This might be, okay, this is the last question, period. What's the biggest lie you ever told without getting caught? How much more time do we have? Okay. Got a while left. It's like a little hot in here. Let me see. Well, the biggest lie that I told. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'll do for you, right? I'm not going to say that one, okay? I'm not going to say that because why? You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is I'll say a whole bunch of little lies that I've told that made no sense. Right off the bat, there was this one time. There was this one time, I'm still in high school, probably like middle school or so. My sister had this friend, right? And that specific friend would be at the house. And she left like a spend the night bag at the house, specifically in my room, right? And she had a candy bar in there. And she was gone for hella days. Why was I in her purse? Sorry. You know what I'm saying? But it was in her purse, for sure was. And I forget if it was a Kit Kat or a Reese's or what, but I tore that bitch down. Did. And I remember she had came back maybe like the next day or something. And she was asking about it, and I was just like, are you sure you left it here? Like, I don't remember. I didn't see it. Ate it. Yeah, definitely did. So there was that. Another time, and these are things that have been on my conscience, even still, because what I'm saying right now was still never confessed, right? And this was when I was in middle school, high school. I'm 26, so this has heavily been on my heart even now, right? So there was that story. Another one, another one is, I was babysitting, right? Babysitting, and the parents weren't home. And I remember I was so hungry because, if you're babysitting for active ass parents who they're about to be outside, oh, you're there, like, you're damn near overnight, like, you're there for a minute, right? So I'm getting hungry, I'm getting thirsty. I remember going into the kitchen, and I think I honestly had some juice a couple times throughout the night, right? Okay, sidebar, this is still on, love that for me. So anyways, I had some juice a couple times that night to where it was almost visible. Like, damn, bitch, you really had this juice. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I got nervous that it was too low, and I put a little bit of water in it. I put a little bit of water in the juice, thinking that, like, nobody would notice. Like, why would you notice? Like, I only, you know what I'm saying? Just enough, right? So, a couple days go by. The weekend's over. I'm back at the house, chilling. And the lady I was babysitting for walks up. I'm not going to give too many details because I feel like knowing my mom, unless she remembers this whole shenanigans, I don't even want to give her any ideas of who it could have been. No, because knowing her little weird self, she probably would go ahead and tell him. And I'm confessing to you guys, it's nobody else's business. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so going back to the story. She walks up to me and she was like, "Hey." I was like, "Hey." She was like, when I got home the other night, I wanted some juice. I remember the exact juice it was. Like, I'm not gonna give extra details though, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, she was like, I went and I had some juice, and I think somebody put water in my juice. She was like, "Was it you?" I was like, it wasn't me. She was just like, "Oh, so it was," and she said her husband. I was like, maybe, right? And she was like, "Oh, okay," and let it go. We have never spoke about that scenario ever again. It hasn't come up in jokes, like nothing, right? But it has still been on my mind till this day, okay? And anyway, I almost wonder, like, it's been on my mind so much, not like so much where it's an everyday thing, but like I'm saying, from that time to now, it has come across my mind so many times to where I've thought to myself, I wonder if they had cameras in their house. Because, like, how on earth would you know specifically a bitch put water in your juice? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you tasted it. And that's really how I feel. So so you got two out of me. Those are little lies wait. Oh, but you said never got caught. Oh, she knew. Honestly, the other candy cat, the candy one, she probably knew too. There's that one. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, big lies or just anything personal, I wouldn't, this is like the first episode. I really wouldn't want to, like, tell on myself so quickly. And that's really how I feel. But, yay. I'm going to go ahead and pass the phone to you guys and see what you guys think and what you have to say. I'm going to give you guys just a couple seconds to get it all out. Oh, wow. My bad. No, go ahead. No, you're lying. That didn't happen. No, you're lying. Okay. So yeah, that was a little taste of what's to come on the channel. I'm happy that I did this. I'm really not gonna lie to you. Part of me is just like, was that too personal? But I feel like podcasts touch and talk about so many things that I almost want to get out of my own way, get out of my own head, and participate in little challenges and activities like this. That was a lot though. I see myself doing it again, but I feel like it would almost be funner asking other people these sorts of questions. But It is what it is, babe. You're here. And I hope you subscribe. I hope you're enjoying my video. I hope you are going to be coming back to see the next video, podcast, and things like that. But yeah. I don't really know how to close this out. Oh, really quick. Okay, so before I go, because I'm about to go, right? Let me get a drink of water. Before I go, let me hit this too. Before I go, right? If you guys made it to the end of this video, this is the only way that you would know, because I'm not going to put it out anywhere. It's not going to be in a caption. I'm not going to promote this little piece that I'm about to say. So if you made it this far to the video, send me a DM on Instagram if you have it, and send me an audio message saying, I listen to Moody Booty Podcast, to be featured, to have your audio featured in future episodes on Moody Booty. I feel like that would be cool. I feel like that's going to be a nice little way to get personal with you guys and connect with you guys. I'll obviously grow more ideas from there, but that's one thing that I thought about. So yeah, just go ahead and do that for me if you made it this far. And until then, everybody, I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. I do want to say that I plan on, things could change, keep that in mind, but I do plan on uploading at least twice a week. But at minimum, at least once a week. Like, we got to connect on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get serious. I want to see you. I want to talk with you. I want you to see me. I want you to hear me and what I have to say, because I change lives. I do, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, that is all that I have for right now. Definitely send me suggestions, ideas, any ways to grow, any way I can have you connect with me more. If that is just simple interests that you have, talks of the town, stuff going on around the world, advice lines, shit like that, definitely let me know. And also, don't be worried about privacy. Like, if you would want on your end to be confidential, even as far as that little audio clip that I said I could upload, I don't have to give specifics or say who's who. So I definitely want you to engage with me comfortably. So if at all you would be like, hey, talk about this, or can you answer this, but please don't put my name in it, that would be completely fine. So yeah, I wanted to add that little bit in there. And I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. I'm a little hungry. Gotta clean up my messy ass room. Do some things like take a shower, because I went to the gym yesterday. I think I took a shower this morning. If I didn't, I need to go take a shower, because I went to the gym yesterday and I was fried after that. And I went to sleep just like that. On that note, I'm going to leave it here, and I'll see you guys in my next podcast episode. So I don't exactly know where I'll put this in the video. I don't know if I'll add this into the segment where I was asking spicy questions, or if I'll put this towards the end of the video. But it is at least about an hour later. I was rewatching the video back, and then it clicked in my head that I actually had one more or two more spicy questions that I let you guys know that I had in audio form, but I completely forgot about those. So I really wanted to add those in there, just because my good old sis took her time and supported the podcast with her questions. So I just definitely wanted to make sure those were going to get answered today. I have yet to even listen to them. And she sent audio messages, so hopefully she's okay with her voice being on camera. Yeah. Also, really quick, one thing that I noticed while listening over the podcast just now, I cannot move this like super far away. I really want it to be like decent quality, so I'm like, as I was watching it back, like sometimes I would have it over here, like you hear the difference, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely trying to, you know, taking note for sure. But I don't want to keep you guys here all day. So let's go ahead and play her first audio message. I'm going to turn my phone up.
1, how many people have you done the deed with in one day? Like, has there ever been multiple people in one day? For me, yes, there has. 2, what do you do with like your pubes? Like, do you shave? Do you trim? Do you wax? Do you take it all off? Do you make a little triangle? What do you do? Landing strip? We're both interested. Hi.
Hi. There's one more.
And lastly, have you ever eaten ass?
She said, I am. So let's see here. So how many sexual partners have I had? And I think her, like, the add into that was, have I ever had sex with one person have I ever had sex with more than one person in one day? So let's just keep it as simple as possible. Okay, I didn't want to say it, but so there was that. The next question I think she asked was, how do I maintenance that area as far as pubic hair? So I'm definitely a razor girl. Very specific though, very sensitive down there. So I feel like the products that I'll use while shaving are very specific just so I don't break out and things like that. You girls know. People who shave, you know. So yeah, there's that. Those were two interesting ones. And, have I ever ate booty? I'll answer that on the next podcast episode. So make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you there. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I know I already said my byes like a minute ago, but I wanted to, so as I was watching the podcast over, I was like, oh my God, I wish I said this, and this. So the first thing I want to say, which I'll link down below, but my Instagram spelling is LASIAALU, Alasia Lou. It's been like that for a hot minute. So go over there, and if you made it this far, I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm hungry still. I have not yet ate. But if you made it this far, like I said, I just ask that you guys send me a friendly little DM, preferably an audio message. I feel like that's more personable, but whatever you prefer. But the reason why I really want you guys to send the audio message is so I could put that mini clip in like the start of my videos, and I would really love that. So if you just send that, and you could say anything. I mean, even if it's like a funny little joke, or you know, maybe even a riddle, or just anything. But my original idea was to just be like, hey, you know, I be watching Moody Booty. I'm excited for another episode. Where's my new episode? And things like that. But anything you want, anything that you don't mind being in my next video, send over, and I'll make sure to add it in my future videos, future podcasts. I have to get used to saying future podcasts. But anyway, there's that. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys to the rest of your day or night, and I'll see you guys in another podcast soon. Bye!